Okay, design for real people. Yeah? I did an interesting thing. I use this tool, it's called the empathy map. So if you're here this morning, you'll understand it. Look up empathy map there, or you can Google that, that's the beauty of Google. Yeah? I got some people in Nairobi, some entrepreneurs, to design this. I said, design for some real people. And I said, who are you designing for? They said, we're designing for a girl, she's 14 to 16. I said, I don't know anybody who's 14 to 16. She's either 14, 15 or 16, right? Design for real people. Make the people you are designing for as real and recognizable as possible. Start with the tech that people already own. Yeah? If you are in the ICT business, start with the things that people already own and work out how you can squeeze more value out of that thing that they already own and they don't have to buy something new. Yeah? Hands up if you've got a smartphone. Keep your hand up if your mum's got a smartphone. Keep your hand up if your mum's got a smartphone. Oh, very good. A couple? Not many. Right? I don't know the figures for Ghana, but I know the figures for Kenya. Feature phones, in other words, data-enabled phones, which aren't smartphones, outnumber smartphones 10 to 1. 10 to 1. I'll come to feature phones in a minute. Yeah? 10 to 1. Feature phones are not going to disappear anytime soon. Really, believe me. Yeah? They're not. So why sell a Lexus to a Mercedes owner? In other words, why try and sell smartphones to people? Yeah? You work at the top. Think of a different way of doing it. Who has an iPhone? Who has an iPhone? Can I borrow your iPhone a second? Actually, okay. I'm going to do an experiment with this iPhone. Okay, I'm going to try the drop test. No? You worried?
No.
I wouldn't do it. You've got as white as me. Listen, the thing is, you can do that test with a feature phone, right? Yeah? In fact, you can probably kick it against the wall, and it'll still work. You know that lovely one where your feature phone breaks and your iPhone friend goes, woo! And then you go, snap, 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 you have back together. Hello? Something dropped you, literally. Yeah? Durability. Okay? If you have that's probably my phone over there. If you have an iPhone, yeah, are you worried whether you're still going to be able to speak to people at midnight? Because your battery's run out. Yeah? So, yeah? Why try to sell a Lexus to Mercedes owners? Yeah? Why only work at the top of the market, at the smartphone end? Yeah? What about a different way of doing things? Remember the business model innovation? Why don't try to get everybody to use a little bit more fuel? So you have a 100% market that you're aiming for. Yeah? So, my advice to you is to build for feature phones. Build for the phones that people own. Yeah? Not necessarily the ones they want to own. There's a little bit of business to be had there, but it's very crowded and there aren't many people in it. Yeah? Feature phones are data enabled. This is the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a completely dumb phone, but if you want to build for dumb phones too, that's great too. Yeah? No, seriously, if you want to build USSD or SMS-based apps, then that's great too. Yeah? And I'll explain why in a second. Yeah, sorry, so they're within the reach of most Africans. I don't mean most Africans have them, yeah, but I think to the remotest villages and places where they can get access to a mobile phone. If the mobile phone has compelling reasons to do so, yeah? But compelling data using services are yet to be created. That's your job. That's your job. Start creating really compelling reasons that add value to people's lives, that make them want to use the data and unlock the power of mobile phones, right? So what we're talking about here is we're talking about the possibility, creating the possibility that feature phones will be Africa's iPad. always on, shared around the family, and always online. Full of useful things. And you'll know what these useful things are, because you've got the cultural intelligence to find out, to identify what the problems are that could be solved. Yeah? So any family, anywhere in Africa, with the access to the things that you've created on the feature phone, can have their lives improved and sometimes transformed. Yeah? So, the two unique selling points again, battery life and durability. They are not going away anytime soon. The next one, start from the base. It's linked to feature phones. Start building from people at the bottom. Yeah? Who's at the base? It's adolescent girls. The company that, the business or charity that I work for, one of my clients, is the Nike Foundation. The Nike Foundation works for and on behalf of adolescent girls, and they've done an awful lot of work studying adolescent girls, and there's some really interesting things in the mobile space with adolescent girls. If you design for people at the base, you design for everyone. Yeah? You understand that, yeah? Yeah. If you design an over-engineered, if you design gold taps, yeah, you're catering for the people who can afford gold taps, yeah? If you design taps, yeah, you design for everyone who might need running water and who can afford to have taps. Do you see what I mean? Yeah? You design for everybody, and then you can gold plate them, that's easier. Yeah? Design from the bottom, design upwards. Yeah? Because trickle down has been tried and it doesn't work. Trickle down economics doesn't work. Reagan tried it, Thatcher tried it, Chicago School Economics and Milton Friedman peddled this one, and I'm sorry, it's what would be known as a crock. It doesn't work. So let's change the script. Let's create from the base and work up. Yeah? Because if you create it from the base, you have the potential of a product or a service that has 100% market penetration. Yeah? Yeah. Sire Mobile told me something very interesting. Baron Sire Mobile told me that they developed a feature phone version of Sire, and they then developed a smartphone version. Here's the thing. If there was a dropout in the network, the smartphone users would try and download the app. Yeah, the smartphone users would try and download the app if there was a dropout twice, maybe 3 times. And after that, they would try again. Feature phone users tried between 18 and 20 times. That's how hungry feature phone users are for compelling use. Do you get that story? Yeah? You build for the base, from the base, you build for all. You put together M-Pesa, yeah, which basically is this last mile solution. So this guy who comes to town to do his work can send his stuff to his mum in the field, yeah? And before you know where you're at, yeah, you've got it in the local shops. M-Pesa this price at Woolworths and get an extra 10% off. Or you end up in the UK with Barclays pinging. You design for the base, you design for all. You getting that? Yeah? So why design for girls? Let's talk a bit more about this. Girls are at the base, why design for girls? If you are this way inclined, there are ethical reasons. Adolescent girls are statistically the least likely members of society to be invested into. They're the most disadvantaged, but as business people you could say, who cares? Yeah? Well, here's the thing. Their potential is not being fulfilled. You hearing that word, potential? You hearing this thing, problem? You hearing this thing, opportunity, that I've been banging on about for the last 40 minutes? Yeah? Where there's potential not being fulfilled, that creates opportunity, right? So, fulfilled and unleashed, their potential can add massive latent value to economies. So how can we unleash that value, the value of adolescent girls? Yeah? Here's another point. Girls are the gateway to higher data use. Why? I'll explain why. It's really interesting. Why? Because girls are at home more often. Yeah? Boys are out, girls are at home. Yeah? Girls are digital natives. Yeah? Adolescent girls, like adolescent boys, are digital natives. What I mean by that is the technology existed when they were born. So I'll explain. Look, this is a quote I've got for you. I've come up with, this is mine, this is someone else. I've come up with a set of rules that describe our reaction to technologies. Rule number 1. Anything that is in the world when you're born is normal and ordinary and just a natural part of the way the world works. That's mobile phones to kids, right? Yeah? Rule number 2, anything that's invented between when you're 15 and 35 is new and exciting and revolutionary, and you can probably get a career in it. That's the internet and mobile for you guys, right? Rule number 3, anything invented after you're 35 is against the natural order of things. You know when your parent says, what are you doing that texting for? What is this Facebox thing? I don't like this Facebox. What is this interweb? Worldwide interweb, I don't know. Yeah? It's unnatural. Yeah? Girls are at this end. Yeah? Girls are geeks. I found girls here and in Nairobi and in Bangalore who taught their families how to use their mobile phones, even if they didn't own one. Yeah? They taught them how to Bluetooth. They won't talk this at school, by the way.